Hey guys, LechK here. Quick video to show you on how to install polycarbonate awnings. And I already did videos on these before. I'm just upgrading to better quality version, you would say. I had one of these guys before. That's the one with those grooves inside that basically junk it and split it. It's plastic. Don't get me wrong, it's cheap. It works fine. It will last you for years. This is just the upgrade. That's with the polycarbonate sheets, tinted gray in this case. And what I specifically want to show you guys in this video is how to do the 3-piece install. The 1 piece is nothing, that's simple. You just screw in on each side here, hold everything in place, and you're done, right? But once you get to the 2 and 3 piece, you can no longer screw the panel to the middle piece, for example, right? So it's going to be loose. We're going to have to probably install this on the wall first. Do our other piece, install it, and then connect the middle. One thing about this also, this uses these seals. I'm going to show you what a pain that is, because once you put the seal on, it's almost impossible to slide this stuff on. So I came up with some tricks how to get it on there. The directions are pretty much useless if you're going for anything over than 1-piece design. And you're also going to need hardware. So these bolts they give you is only for basically concrete walls. If you're doing wood siding like I am, I'm gonna have to get some other bolts. These bolts are fine that come with it. The materials is all metal, aluminum thin, but it is metal. And same with these brackets, nice heavy aluminum solid. So that's the good part. Now let me show you guys the complicated part. Okay, so for the hardware, these are the screws I decided to go with. I'm not going bolt style as that's too thick. We are going into plywood behind the siding, so nice thick screw like this should do the job just fine. It's not too long. Let's don't forget we're only going in this and into plywood, which is not far behind the siding. And you see those little grooves. I don't want to crush that when I'm installing, so I just got some regular nuts that I'm going to put behind here to level this out and make sure I don't crush anything when I tighten this down. And then black washers on top to make it all nice and clean. Make sure this doesn't go through these holes here. On the kit for 12, which is perfect. That's what I need. And also another tip for the installation that I'll show you guys later for this strip that's really thick and hard to slide on. There's options in Home Depot that you can pick up. This is thin and expandable, make your life a lot easier. I might try that, but we are gonna do the right way as well. We are gonna pop the middle piece on first, and then we're gonna work on the sides. That's how I figured I'm gonna do this big 120-inch setup, which is 3-piece design. Probably the bottom will be about right here, because this thing does have a 4-inch drop. So if you would be flush over here, the awning will be actually hanging over the door and you wouldn't be able to open the door. So keep that in mind. So I'm gonna just measure out the middle and then we're gonna bolt it on. So to make sure everything's lined up and even, grab a level, put it against the side of your door here, the width of your awning, and just make yourself a line. Grab one of the brackets before you assemble them, line them up against that, and just mark your holes. You can also mark where the metal is if you want. And same on this side. Once you pre-drill your holes, then your install will be a lot easier. Or at least mark where they're going to be. Alright, so this is the format we're going with. The bolt, the washer, and then this nut for a spacer back here. So we're going to have one here to accommodate the siding. See this half-inch space right here. So I'm gonna have this ready, and I really just gotta get one side on first, the one that I prepped. Once I have that on, I can easily adjust and install the other one. So that's what we're gonna do right now. Not gonna fully tighten yet. I wanna be able to still move this because I gotta adjust for this side. Now you guys can see what I mean by the spacers. If I didn't have the spacers, I'll be crushing the entire siding. So that's what you for this piece. Now we get into it. One thing I want to do is test the strength of this. They said, you know, you can hang on it. It's aluminum build. So, all right, it works. Okay, so we have our main piece installed. Now we're going to install the left and we're going to install the right. This is the 120 inch, meaning 3 pieces. So we're going to add onto this section. So remember, we can, as I showed you in the other videos, we can't screw in inside here like we did the other pieces. So except the little connector bolts here that's going to go later. So we're going to assemble it best we can and slide on and finish it off here. All right, first step, we're gonna pop on the seal on the new sheet. We're done. This is the sun-facing side. This stays on top. Don't fully peel it off. Just peel off the edges, so that way you don't scratch it up and all that. There you go, foam on the edges installed. And now the headache will begin. Before you start sliding this into the rails, make sure you also peel the edges on the back in here, but also just enough to have access so you don't scratch up. Okay, so if you were following the directions, that could work if you were doing the single piece design like this. They tell you next assemble this, right? So you get this piece on, screw it in from the end so it stays in place. You get the back end strip, same thing over there, and then you're supposed to slide the panel into the grooves here on the other side and into that. But with that foam, that's going to be impossible. You will go crazy. Trust me, with the first piece I learned that the hard way. So what I did is first I slid this one on one side, slid that one on, then I slid on the sides, and that worked well. You can use some dishwashing soap detergent to also for lubrication, so it's easier to slide in there. And also you can trim the edges, which I'll show you guys I was doing. But let's get it done. And then this is the polygonal, guys. You see you squeezing the foam to try to get this on, to get the whole strip on. It's really impossible. You have to soak it in detergent. It just gives you no space to slide it in. This one actually feels tighter even than the previous one. So what I'm actually gonna do is give it a little angle trim, just so it's easier to work with. And that's the biggest complaint with these panels. The foam is too tight to work with. You can replace it by the Home Depot like I mentioned, but why waste the money? So basically with a utility knife, just cut it on an angle, and that's gonna give you more space to work with and slide it on. So now with our foam prepped, we just pop this on. Remember, the drain stays on top. And we're gonna line it up to the edges. and just wedge it on. It should be a lot easier to slide it on now as opposed to the full piece of foam. Once you see the foam covered, that means you got it all the way in. Same at the edges. Now we'll do the other side. Just watch which way you put a nut. Putting this on, this stays on the bottom, so this way. There you go. That was actually pretty simple compared to what I was trying to do before with the regular foam. So now, since we have our panels on, we can either pop it onto the side, then put this on, or put this on first, and then try to pop it on with that onto this. I think I'm gonna do just the board onto here first, and then finish with this and secure it. So now all I'm doing is just basically sliding this on like you do when you first set this up, just already assembled on the sides. If our seal is covered, that means we're all the way in, which it is. That's it. Nice seamless connection. Later we're gonna put these together. First, I'm just gonna get this end on, leveled and installed. There we go. Put those little screws on in here to secure this, and then I'll mount it. But it's looking good. There we go. And there you go, guys. That's how you do a 2-piece. Now we're gonna repeat the process on the left side, and that's gonna be a 3-piece. Peel the foil off. And we are all good. Already one thing left, these self-tapping screws. We gotta pop them in into all the connection points up here, down here, and down there. There is none up there, although I remember the cheaper awnings did have that option, but these don't. But I think we should be okay. And there you go. This is how you install the 80, 120 inch or bigger awning setup. I hope this is helpful. Any questions, let me know. I love how it came out. This stuff seems to be durable. Time will tell, obviously, but so far I'm liking it. This is the smoke gray finish. Kind of looks bluish though, but that's just the UV protection, I guess, or whatever. But the bolts worked out great. Clean finish, no mess, no crush in the siding. Like I said before, you don't need to put any caulking. There's no water getting in there against the house that close. I never had issues with that before. I never put caulking or any seals. If you want to go for it, but it's truly unnecessary. The drain, that's a great addition. Holes are bigger in this one than in the old plastic one I had, so that's a plus. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hope this is helpful. Check out the other videos. I actually did a whole series of these awning videos and stuff just to help people get these done, because it seems to be an annoying process and there's not a lot of good info out there about it. It's quick shorts, but nothing detailed. I'm also going to do a video on this, so check that out. I'm going to do a full detailed video of the install. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hope this is helpful. Check out my channel, lots of how-to videos. Have a good day.